Hello and welcome to Inventory Management System. It is a web-based client-server application for maintaining the inventory management. Its basic functionalities include the fact that it can accept item details and issue the same by checking all validations. The system has an authentication policy. It is developed using the Model View Controller Architecture (MVC architecture), has sessions for handling idle time, has database connectivity with MySQL database, with trigger options that allow for editing, deleting, updating the existing records as well as inserting new ones. The web interface is responsive and various other features. How to run the inventory management system software? For that we need the Apache Tomcat 9.0 service. We ensure from the services window that the Apache Tomcat 9.0 service is up and running. For the database connectivity, we have the MySQL database which runs on 3306 port number. We ensure that it's also up and running. And from the localhost PHP MyAdmin under the structure btech_db, we have the table garments_table. And this is the table which runs on the localhost. We can view that here. And this is the Apache Tomcat 9.0.34 server which runs locally on my machine. From the Managers app, we can view that we have the inventory as the application name, and this is a start, stop, and reload function. This comes here because in the C drive of program files, Apache Software Foundation, we have Tomcat 9.0, from where we can go to web apps. In this web apps, these are the list of web apps that are present in the Apache web, in the web services. And from here we can see this is the inventory. So this one, the inventory, is present here, and in the display name we have set this to servlet entry delete edit operations with the exceptions. Okay, to run the inventory management system software, at first we navigate to the window. Here you can see that there is a username and password, the credentials required to enter into the system. At first, if we enter the wrong credentials, there's a hover effect on the sign in button. The site says wrong user ID and password. Let's carry on for a few more times. Again, the same response. And on the third try, the site says no more try. And the web page that you're trying to view is to be shut down. So that goes away. Again, we need to enter. So you can see that at the background, this image has been made constant throughout. This is a picture of a particular store, and this is on top here is a logo of the particular brand. The system is made responsive, the web pages are responsive, so that if we, depending on the web browser size, the things fit in. Now let's enter with the right credentials. Let's sign in. Yes. So now the stock details. As it's based on MVC architecture, we can extend it up to a few more other categories. Like here, it's only garments. It can be kids wear, or it can be having other stuffs like shoes, footwear, and what all. So groceries. So let's get into garments now. That's what we have developed. So at first, you see the enter new stock details. From this window, you can actually enter a new stock. For example, if a new stock has suddenly come in, you need to put it into the system. The admin manager will look to put into the system. For that, there are 11 different components. All are made compulsory. There's a stock ID, there's a supplier ID, supplier name from the supplier who is delivering the goods to you. There's a stock description, what kind of a product is that. There's a cost price of that, cost price of each item. This is the estimated selling price of each item. There's the total quantities in stock, the number of quantities that came in. Total cost price and the total selling price indicates the total cost price multiplied by the total quantities in stock, and similarly for the total selling price, we have the brand name and the size of that product. Let's enter one. So you can see the tooltip, it says that the stock ID must start with S followed by 3 digits. The supplier ID must start with SUPP pattern and followed by 3 digits. For the supplier name, it must be a name. Let's say this is a name. For the stock description, let's say it's for the stock cost price, let's say it's 50, and the selling price, let's say it's 70. We have two quantities in stock, so the total cost price is 100 and this goes up to 140. Let's say this is from we can call it from Bata and the size is M. So this will get entered, but if we go into the wrong credentials or doesn't match the pattern, let's do that and try that. Try to insert it. It shows you must use the correct format. The correct format is it must start with S followed by 3 digits. So let's do it. And here, let's say if the pattern doesn't match, again, if we try to enter, it shows you must use the correct format, and the tooltip is always there at hand for your help. So now let's insert. If you click on the reset, the entire data in the form gets reset out. So let's go and insert this. Okay, so the display message shows that the record has been successfully inserted. It's coming in green color, which shows that the record has actually been inserted and it's an affirmative message. If the record wasn't being inserted or there was some error, then that message gets displayed in red. Now let's see if the record has actually been inserted or not from the view existing stock. In the view existing stock, we see that the record has actually been inserted into the database with the correct stock ID, supplier ID, and the other parameters. There's an hover effect on the row you select. The interesting feature is on the number of quantities left, the existing stock is sorted and not on the reg ID or the serial number. The importance of this is the admin manager will always be interested to know for which item there is a dearth in stocks, and he immediately must need to order them. So if the list is very long and if this is not sorted, you can miss out on one item. So this sorting would definitely help the admin manager. Next, we would want to edit the feature. Let's say we want to edit the record we just now inserted. So we click on the edit feature. We come to the update stock window. Here again, we get the similar kind of form, and here again, if we don't follow the instructions or the preset guidelines, it will show that you must use the correct format, and the tooltip will be there to help, just as we had inserted. Let's say we want to change it, the supply name from H. Ghosh to A. Raman, let's say Raman, and let's submit it. The reset button has a similar function. So display message now shows that the record has been successfully updated. Earlier it was inserted and now it is updated. Again, it's coming in green, which means it's an affirmative one. And let's go to OK. And let's say in the existing stock, it's been changed to A. Raman. So the feature really works. And again, the edit feature is there. We can actually reduce the number of items after getting sold. Suppose one item just now got sold. So we can reduce this to 1. And again, you can see in the placeholder, it says add existing stock with the new stocks and enter. So now it will become 1. Say one product has been sold. So this one will reduce to 50 and this one will go to 70, right? Similarly, if new stocks was to be added, then you can again increase this number and multiply it accordingly and update the stocks. So record has been updated, and here you get to see the reflection. Let's say Raman and the quantities left is 1, so naturally it gets sorted up the order. For the delete feature, we can click on delete and the record gets deleted. From here, we can maneuver back to the site where we need to enter it. So add new records, we again get to this window where we can add the new records. And from view existing records, we have the feature of edit and delete. If we click on delete here, the record gets successfully deleted and we click on OK. and we see that that record which we just now inserted doesn't exist in the database anymore. The final feature is that we have the session timeout. There's a servlet sessions, and if we don't have any interactions for 100 seconds, then the window times out, and again you need to re-log in into the system. So let's wait for 100 seconds and see that feature in work. Okay, so first forward to 100 seconds. The servlet session is actually timed out. I didn't keep you all waiting for 100 seconds. And again, if you want to get into the system, you again need to re-log in from this window. The next feature is how you actually need to run the system. We have actually seen the Apache Tomcat services and the MySQL database, which is already present. There's a slight modification that you need to do in your code if you want to run this. I've opened this code in Visual Studio, and here you will find in the structure there is a file called credentials.java. In the credentials.java file, in the JDBC, we are using the JDBC connectivity to the database. This URL, this 3306, is a port number on which the MySQL is running. And here is a btech_db. So if you want to change the structure, you can change it from here, the structure. And garments_table is a table that we are referring to that's present in all of these codes. For your username, in your case, if you keep these things same, if you make a replica of this, that system will run on your machines. The only difference is here in the place of the username, you can put in your own username, and the password, you can put your own password as per the one that gets generated when you create a user account in localhost phpMyAdmin. So that's all. You can run the system, the inventory management system software on your machines, ready to go. And I'll keep the code in the GitHub link from where you can download it and make the slight modifications to let's see your code can be up and running. Thanks for watching.